let's look at this situation with Laura and her car registration and her maybe getting a ticket. Here's the deal with these if-then statements. You don't know if she paid her car registration or not. You don't know if she's going to get a ticket or not. You have no idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through every possible combination for these. Now, on these problems, I kind of like to put extra steps in because it's just a lot easier. So think of like a PEMDAS problem. You work a little bit at a time. I do the same with these as well. So I'm going to start off by making my truth table. Okay, P, Q, and this is whether she pays, and this is if she gets a ticket. Now we've got 4 combinations. She can either pay or not pay, and either get a ticket or not get a ticket. Okay. And they want us to figure out what not P implies Q is. If not P, then Q. Well, that's just too much to do all at once. So I'm going to put these together in pieces. I'm going to put a not P, and then I'm going to put a Q, and then these two together, let me get a nice highlighter here, I'm going to use together to figure out my not P or Q, or implies Q, I'm sorry, not P implies Q. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what my not P is. So not P says take what the P is and make it backwards. So this is when she pays her ticket. So not P would be if she doesn't pay her ticket. So if she pays her ticket, then not paying her ticket is false. I hope that makes sense. We say that yes, she paid her ticket. So saying that she didn't pay her ticket would be a lie. And then the same here. If she paid her ticket, then saying she didn't pay her ticket is a lie. If she didn't pay her ticket, then not paying her ticket would be true. And if she didn't pay her ticket, then not paying her ticket would be true. Okay. Now I'm going to make another, so there's my not P. I'm going to make another column for Q. I technically don't need to do it, but for me it's just easier to have these in the correct order for the if-then part. So really I'm just going to put the Q here. I'm just really copying it over because it's exactly the same thing. And like I said, for me it's just easier to have them in the correct order. Okay, I could just use this column and this column together, but for me it's just harder when they're not in the right order. So I just rewrote it for my own benefit. And now for not P implies Q, or if not P then Q, now I'm going to look. A false and a true says she didn't pay her ticket, or she didn't pay and she got a ticket. That's true. A false and a false we still put as a true. A true and a true we put as a true. And a true and a false is the only time that we put as a false. Okay, I hope that helps. So how to interpret this? Okay, if she didn't not pay her ticket, so if she paid her ticket, or paid her registration and got a ticket, that means that this statement would be true. If she didn't not pay her ticket, if she paid her ticket and didn't get it, or paid her registration and didn't get a ticket, then this is true. If she didn't pay her registration and got a ticket, that's true. If she didn't pay her ticket and didn't get if she didn't pay her registration and didn't get a ticket, that's false. So this is the only time that's false. This is saying that she didn't pay, because didn't pay is true, but she also didn't get a ticket. Now, some people wonder about these statements here. These are always going to be true in the end if the first part of the if part is a false. And the reason is we just think of it as kind of a benefit of the doubt. Okay? The first thing that they have in the statement didn't happen, so we really can't say whether the person making the statement is telling the truth or not. Here's an example. Suppose I tell a class, if everybody gets an A on their quiz, I will bring donuts. A on the quiz implies I will bring donuts. Well, if everybody gets an A on the quiz and I bring donuts, then I told the truth, right? If everybody gets an A on the quiz and I didn't bring donuts, then I'm a liar. I lied, so that's a false. Okay? But what if not everybody got an A on the quiz? Well, then you can't really say whether I told the truth with my original statement or not. Okay? I could have been telling the truth, I could have been a liar. So whether I bring donuts or not, in this case, because the first part didn't happen, not everybody got an A on the quiz, you can't tell me that I'm a liar. What we do is we give me the benefit of the doubt and say that I'm telling the truth. I hope that I'm not rambling too much. Let me know if this helps. I know these are tricky ones to kind of figure out in your head. And, sometimes, like even a year from now, you may wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, I get it. Okay, but I hope this helped a little bit. Bye-bye.